You're listening to It's Not a Show with Tara DeFrancisco and Rance Rizzuto. They're usually performers, but today they're just pals. And it's not a show.
Tara, can you believe it? We're back for another season.
Happy It's Not a Show season 2. I'm so excited. It's Not a Show is back, baby.
Yeah, we're back for season 2. Hey, this has been a long time coming, to say the least, Tara.
A long time coming. We have been busy bees. I'm sure lots of you have too, adjusting to the partially reopen world and just trying to deal with the everyday of what's happening. We're so happy to record again.
Oh my goodness, it's been too long, Tara. It's been I don't even remember here's where we left off. I don't remember where we left off. I don't remember when we left off.
I know this. We had 15 great episodes in season 1, and we're hoping to strive for 15 more. And that's with the help of our lovely community, all the people that give us the debatables to talk about, and even our guests here and there throughout the show have been awesome, and they were so fun to talk with. And this has been a real silver lining of the last dark times that we've all been through. So thank you for coming back. We're gonna have some damn fun, everybody.
Yeah, we're gonna have some damn fun. Let's let the dark times that were just mentioned and now just mentioned again be the last time that we need to mention the dark times, except for that one that I just mentioned again.
Stop it. Hey, thank you for supporting us in season 1. We did so many topics in season 1. I think we came out of the gate strong, Rance, and this was just a kind of fun idea we had to, I don't know, to just try a podcast that we had been chatting about of like, what do you do when you put all of your anger and your stress and your ridiculously into just a debate that doesn't need to be had.
Oh man.
And that's how It's Not a Show with Debatables was born.
Yeah.
And then we noticed lately in the last week or two that we were still getting downloads on our first season. And we thought, wait a minute, we haven't recorded that for a bit. So thank you, No Show Nation, for supporting us and supporting this podcast and putting all of your great vitriol into this podcast that is only for joy.
Yeah, it's only for joy. But needless to say, we've got a lot of fuel that is waiting to be misplaced.
Yeah, I can't wait to misplace this fuel. I'll tell you what, if you're just joining us now for season 2, a little context on myself and Rance. We're both performers that travel worldwide with an improvised show. Luckily, we've had a great fortune being able to tour that show. And now that we're kind of locked down at home for the most part, we've run a theater here in Columbus, Ohio, as well as in addition to touring our show here, the improvised musical all over the world and teaching. We're very fortunate to make a complete career in the arts, and we love it. But man, it's been a challenging time for us in the past year and a half, just trying to alter. I'm sure so many of you listening have that same issue of how do we do this virtually, or how do we still include people? How do we have playfulness in the world when we couldn't gather and things like that? So now that some opening up is happening, our theater is open again, Rance.
Oh my goodness.
Here in Columbus, which is exciting.
Yeah, if you're looking to start a theater and you want to hire anyone to help you with that process, we're more than available to help for a fee, of course, because guess what? It ain't easy, but it's way easier if you have the data at your hand. And at this point, we've done it 5 times. So we're pros.
Yeah. And honestly, too, if you ever need to talk to somebody else in the same boat of running a live event venue, we're always happy to chat in that regard, too, because the more art for the world, the better in our book.
Yeah.
So happy to help and make people, I don't know, feel surrounded and doing that thing, because it's definitely a necessary thing. And we've been lucky enough to work in Chicago for so long and saw a lot about how those theaters ran, or how the business went as a performer and just behind the scenes at probably 3 or 4 of those theaters. But I'll tell you what, running your own it's a quest, and a pandemic doesn't help. So now that we're kind of, I'll say the good parts of that though, now that we're getting to reopen doors, as of this summer, we started doing previews and classes and stuff again. And all of our classes immediately sold out. We've already had 3 or 4 rounds of sold out classes of people taking improvisational classes or creative classes. And our main stage shows are now kind of like filtering back into rotation, including we have 25 shows in regular time. So kind of getting those people acclimated to being on stage again, being surrounded again. All of our performers are vaccinated and masked, and then they step on stage and they get to kind of like take off their mask and show the world some joy again. And it's been so cool just to see full theaters.
It's been so very cool. And boy, like needed, I dare say.
Yeah, we've been lucky enough to filter in if you're in Columbus or the C-Bus area, Central Ohio, anytime soon, we were lucky enough to do a show called Here the Improvised Musical. We have a show called Storyteller Improv, which is like Armando for anyone that likes storytelling and improvised comedy. We have a show called Anonymous, which takes secrets from the audience and then uses them in the show. We have a show we did last night to a packed audience called Player's Nightmare. That's a crossover event with all the actors, Central Ohio actors that share their time with us, and it's so funny. And we have we have Comedy Sports, which is an all ages show. We have all kinds of stuff. So if you're in the Central Ohio area, we would love for you to come.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm excited to say. It's the beginning of season 2 of this show.
Yep.
That isn't a show.
It's not a show.
And it's not a show. And thank you for being so kind and asking us to do more eps. We're happy to. We got to put that fuel in a bag and have some fun.
Yeah, as I learned in Oregon, it's our pleasure.
Oh yeah. Do we all know that Rance says pleasure? If you listen to season 1, I think this did come up. So he says pleasure instead of pleasure. Go back and listen to the episodes if you have any questions.
That's the way it is. I've been we've had some time to listen to some podcasts, and actually Conan Needs a Friend is one of my new favorites, and he messes up a lot of words as well, and it makes me feel way more comfortable about the words I mess up.
Thank goodness.
Like we both say Saturday Night Live, which is, there's no recognition of the word Saturday in there, but it's just the way it gets said.
We all know. Yeah, we all know. There's no judgment here, Rance. We're just gonna fly free, okay?
Oh, there's about to be some judgment. Let's find out. Let's find out what about.
Debatable number. Whoa.
Debatable number 1.
Debatable number 1. Okay, Rance.
I don't even remember what we used to do before these things.
Oh, there's music there.
Okay.
Wait, not self-generated music.
I know.
Drums.
Drums. Guitars.
Here's a great question. Are you ready for our first debatable?
Heck yes.
All right, Rance. From Matt Schwartz in C-Bus, Ohio. Know him?
Heard of him.
Got it. He asks, what's something you don't know but think you should?
Something you don't know but think you should?
Yeah, probably like a subject matter or something that you think you should know more about, but you don't know anything at all or limited.
Dang, this is a weird one because usually I feel like a lot of our debatables are a blank or blank. Does that make sense? Yeah. Like tacos, sandwich, or
yes.
whatever it wasn't.
You got it. This isn't that. This is an open-ended question where you get to think about something that you don't feel like you have expertise on in that field. And then we'll just chat about how we can get more or why we don't have it or whatever that may be.
Do you have an answer for this one?
I definitely do. And I read this question very quickly and I almost skipped it. And then I thought, I know my answer. Do you want to know it?
Yeah, I want to know it because I'm like kind of torn on this one. And my answer isn't solid enough for me to feel like it's worth spreading fire on.
That's okay. I'm happy to share mine. My first and strongest answer to this is cryptocurrency.
Oh
Lord, what is it? It's floating numbers that people bid on and they have it and they lose it. And it's not quite paper money. It's controlled by either, I feel like, rich people like Elon Musk or basically anonymous. I don't know who's running it. I don't know where it exists. I know that it's neat to have some.
We need to have.
I also know that people that are addicted. Oh, what?
We need to have our own form of money.
Oh, Elon Musk. Just kidding. I feel like a lot of people have a strong grasp on it. And I feel like equal amount of people, if not more, have no grasp on it. Yeah. And the people that have the biggest grasp on it are almost always, not always, but almost always douchebags.
That's true, because it's well, I know enough about it, and I definitely know more about it than I did a year ago.
Uh-huh.
And it's essentially, I think if you let go of how the hell can this be, like we've actually talked about this just recently about how it's like, I hate that the outcome of something is just numbers, meaning I do some work, I get a check, that check is numbers, and I put those numbers into my bank account, which is my pile of numbers. And it's like, I can't just rely on numbers. And the more that we've thought about this, like, I don't just want to rely on numbers. And it's like, well, what are we relying on? Paper? It's like pieces of paper that are just like tangible symbols of numbers.
I know.
And it's like, basically it's just a bunch of BS floating around that everyone is in agreement with.
To be honest, that is exactly what it seems like. And I don't feel like I'm a dum-dum in this department, but I said repartment, so maybe I am a dum-dum in this department, but not this department. I do feel like banking in general, or like generally finances, don't escape me. I understand them enough to have a grasp, but I don't understand how we agree upon the considered value of one thing. So like,
sure,
for us to agree that a bill is worth this much, or a silver is worth this much, or a gold is worth this much, that is always like, it confounds. And I think, I always think back on this class I had in college at Ohio University. There was a class where we studied, this culture in Papua New Guinea, and they traded yams.
Hell yeah.
And that was like their number one currency, to the point that they would like stockpile yams, or that's how they would barter and trade. And it was the only currency they had. And I think about that all the time, because why not a yam, right? Like if we can say that this green, not paper bill is worth X, then why not I just take my onions to the store and cash them in?
Well, yeah, it goes back to the times of like trading and bartering.
Yeah.
And a yam you can count on, because you know that you have it, and you know what to do with it.
Exactly.
I assume eat it. I don't know if they're doing anything else with the yams.
You're not taking a leap there. Yeah, I don't think.
But also the thing about, well, I guess kind of the thing about money is like a yam will probably rot and dwindle away at some point, and that's kind of like,
that was part of the. I think that was part of the study. This is a faint memory at this point, but I think that was part of it, is that they could stockpile it for a longer amount of time than other crops, but it wasn't. It would eventually expire, so they didn't.
It's not like gold that's going to stay gold till forever.
Exactly. So I get the idea of anything can be legal tender if we all decide that is so. But I don't know how we all decide that is so. Or is it a
with the coins? It's similar, I think, in that it's sort of supply and demand, and that it's like you have our banking system that makes just as much sense, but it's actually it's what you grew up with, and it seems to work, so we don't really like question it as much.
Well, I get that, but what I don't understand is how is that thing the thing that won? Is what I'm at. So I'm asking a larger question, which is, why can't I, Terry DeFrancisco, decide that now the currency is yarn? And if 5 people agree with me, why does that turn into? It doesn't seem like many people agreed that this was the way we would align.
Well, that's how the cryptocurrency works. Is the ones that have gotten big is just essentially more people have agreed that it's usable. So it's like the more people that invest in it, the more its value has become. How it's gotten to be from 1 cent for a Bitcoin to $40,000 for Bitcoin, I don't get that, how big that is, but it's essentially that's how much money has gone into it.
Okay, I get that, but let's say that I think that like Cabbage Patch Kids should be invested upon, and we invest in Cabbage Patch Kids, but I don't know how that turns into money. Does that make sense? Like if I'm like, oh, these should be everywhere, I don't get how that turns into coins.
Well, you'd have to get everyone else to agree that Cabbage Patch Kids are worth something,
and that we only trade in them,
and that you'd be like, yeah, you do this. So then it gets to the point where it's like, you know what? I don't want my Cabbage Patch Kid anymore. I'm going to try to sell it. And then someone's like, hell yeah, I'm collecting that Bitcoin of Cabbage Patch Kid, and then you trade it for a sweet amount of more paper numbers, and so on and so forth. It's all just like, I think we're actually nearing the point of the thing I was going to say that ties into this is stocks. Like, how to do, I know buy low, sell high, and that's about it. I don't want to spend the time trying to research who's doing what and find out what business is buying what business to know that if I have stocks in plastic wrappers and Hershey's just is changing their Hershey's chocolate bars from a tinfoil wrapper to plastic, and they've worked with the plastic wrapper place I have. So now my stock in the plastic wrapper company is going to go skyrocketing. I don't have to do all that research. I'm fine just having paper money.
Yeah, no one does. No one should. I mean, I know there are people that actually kind of like get jazzed about this stuff, I guess, which is good. But I guess I'm kind of trying to refer back to a yam-based culture. I would like to just take it down a notch. How about we all say that the currency is joy and love, and we invest in that and get away from all this garbage where it's like, you know what? I don't know. Like, what are we even talking about anymore? What are we investing in?
Yeah. And who decides what?
That's my answer. I mean, that's my answer. I don't know how you can make the good things into a currency, but I guess you can't.
And it's all just like, who decides what's what? Like right now, I think gas is $3.25 here, and I saw somewhere that like on the way, maybe in California, it's $6. So it's like, why the difference? I get like closeness to shipping, refineries, and all that stuff, perhaps, but yikes, that's a big difference.
Yikes is right. So I think that's my first. Not even, I wouldn't say a boring answer, but I hope that my answer is also in alignment with many no-show nationers.
Yeah. That
maybe Bitcoin / cryptocurrency is just like, I kind of get it. I don't think I'm like super in the dark, but I don't get it all the way. So that's my first go-to of a thing that comes up enough that I'm like, I don't know, and I don't really care.
Yeah, I buy that. I also would love to. Well, I don't know. Never mind. I don't want to know more about it. It's like I was going to say I don't know enough about gardening, but I just don't care enough about it to like. Yeah. I want nature to be able to be nature and not be constrained by whatever I want it to do.
Yeah, sometimes when it's too curated or like manicured, I don't like it as much. I like when parks are beautiful and taken care of and stuff, but I like a good forest path.
Yeah,
just to see how the earth works. Let me tell you something I think I should know more about. And I do feel like I know, an educational system's worth of this thing, but there's way more to know. How about this? Science.
Yeah.
Just science, period. I feel like I understand things. I feel like I have some recall. Like if something comes up and I'm like, oh, physics tells you that X, I might be able to do that, but I don't know about a lot. And I sure could learn more.
Yeah. I feel like I have always had like a draw to chemistry, but I don't have enough of a draw to like memorize a periodic table or how it works
or the math of it. Yeah, it's like not. I mean, again, this is the thing that floats your boat. I support you.
Yeah, man.
I support you big time because we need you a lot. And I also think it is fascinating to a point. It's just that I can't quite lock in on the cognizant tools that are necessary to like get through a real hard level chemistry class. I can get through the basics, but yeah, tough.
Chemistry and science and electricity. There's a reality show that really sparked my interest called The Colony, and it's about.
Oh, it's so fun! Everybody go hunt it. If you've never seen The Colony, it's a ball, and it's
awesome.
It's really fun. It was a reality show, and probably what year, Rance? Do you think 2010? I don't know.
Maybe even earlier. Yeah, it was there's 2 seasons of it that I know of. And the first season, it's people brought together and put in a post-apocalyptic situation where they're trying to survive. And they kind of give them a little sanctuary, but then there's also like a gang that's trying to raid them and stuff. And they end up doing all this stuff to survive. And they have like a literal rocket scientist with them who they make a water purifier that's like layers of sand and charcoal that purify the water.
But 2008 spoiler.
But then they find an even cooler way to purify their water, amongst other things. And season 2 has some fun twists too, but there's also some trigger warnings in that one.
It's a good watch. It's a good watch. It's really interesting. It feels more like a PBS sort of special than a thing that was on, I don't know what it was on, Fox or NBC or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's a really fun watch.
I feel like there's also a show called Colony or another show called The Colony. So it's kind of hard to find without finding the wrong show. Like when Tara said her favorite movie was Once, and I wanted to watch her favorite show, and I looked up and got Once Upon a Time and was wondering why it was her favorite show.
Let me tell you about something, everyone. When Rance and I first started dating, he was like, what are your favorite whatevers? And we were just chatting about it. We've been friends for a long time, but that was one of the things that came up. And I was like, oh, you got to watch this movie. You've never seen it. It's Once. And it's, I think it's a really well-known movie now, but at that time it was like still fairly indie.
Mhm.
And I said it to Rance. He went home and went to what did you do? Go to Netflix? He went to something. Found
Well, yeah,
Once
you
Upon a
were
Time.
you were home for Thanksgiving visiting your family, and I was
That's
still in
right.
Chicago.
That's right.
And
Oh,
in my defense,
no defense. No,
the thumbnail
absolutely not.
for Once Upon a Time is the huge word once, and upon a time is so little.
Nah. That also, the screenshot of it is like a woman with a finger over her lips with vampire teeth or something. So like you should definitely know this is not my genre specialty.
Also, in my defense, Tara is known for abbreviating things, so it made sense to me that she would like the show Once Upon a Time and just refer to it as Once.
No way. If I liked Once Upon a Time, I'd call it like an acronym, or I'd call it something else that was, you're trying to figure out the acronym, which is what.
I was trying
I saw your face. I saw your face. But that's the fun of like, yeah, I was like, you're gonna love this movie. I think I even said like, I won't tell you much, but it's a musical or something like that. So, or there's music in it. And he was like, got it. And then he looked up like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and acted like it was my favorite thing.
No, it was I looked up Once Upon a Time, and all I could find on Netflix or whatever it was season 4, episode 1, which the show Once Upon a Time takes fairy tales and redoes them in a different light.
Yeah.
This particular episode,
not a thing that would ever, like, if anyone here listening to this podcast knows me in real life.
Yeah.
And I will never yuck another person's yum. Live your life, and high fives to everything you like. Fantasy is not my genre, y'all.
No.
I tend to really tap out. I tend to be like, no thanks. I don't need wizards and stuff. Although I do enjoy some things with magical elements, but I don't like usually engulf myself in like fantasy genre.
Yeah. So this had Frozen as the theme, and I was watching it and I was really trying to get into it. And I was like,
tried so hard.
I don't get it. We were texting each other. And it's like, I'm watching, but all I could find was season 4, episode 1. And Tara was like, ha, 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 thinking I was doing a bit.
Yeah, because I said it was a movie.
And then I sent a screenshot, and she's like, are you being serious? And then
I couldn't believe you was telling the truth. Because I was like, look, bud. Number one, I said it was a movie. So we're already off. We're off the grid at this point with what you're doing. Part 2, do you know that I would never choose this? It's like me saying, like, you know what I really love? I love One Tree Hill. Like, it doesn't fit me at all. It's not that someone else can't love it, but I would never be like, One Tree Hill is my jam. It's just like a WB or CW show that I would probably not tap into.
And I'll be like, wow, this is scarier than I thought. And I'm watching House on Haunted Hill.
What's that joke on The Office where like Pam watches 28 Days?
Oh, and
Days
instead of
later.
28 days later.
Yeah. It's like that. You like went to the wrong one, but this is a real life example of that.
Yep.
Oh boy. So is that your answer then? Stocks?
Stocks, I think,
science.
is my main answer.
Yeah.
That I feel like a lot. I've found interest in a lot of things that I've pursued those things enough to know a little bit about. But for any pursuit of stocks, I still feel left in the dark.
Yeah, I get it. We did like a stock element when I was in elementary school where we had to follow 3 stocks and learn about how the stock market worked. And then we had to like track that and see what our gains were or our losses. And I loved it. I felt like I was a little broker. I remember walking into class, like little tiny, like lunchbox briefcase and my Columbus Dispatch being like, oh, a limited stock went up 2 today. And I ended up being like the one that got the most gains in my class. My dad was so proud. He was like, oh,
That's my girl.
You're gonna be out there sharking about as an adult, and look at me now, just farting my little farts out.
Yep.
Well, joke's on them.
Well, I think that was a good. Well, I don't think it was a debatable per se. I think it was a ponderance for sure. So thanks for that pondering, Matt Schwartz.
Yeah.
Dang. Now we got to go get our stocks on.
You want to move on to number 2?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool. We're going to do 2 in this episode, though future episodes will probably only be 1 unless we have a special guest on.
Yeah, we're paring down, baby.
Yeah, we're paring down because we have lots of good questions, and we want to make these a little bit shorter and bite-sized in the future. But for season 2 start, we wanted to make sure that you had a little to crunch after such a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, Rance, it's debatable number 2.
Two.
Oh, yeah, that's 2.
There's 2.
Okay. Number 2, ironically, you'll know why in a moment.
Okay.
Number 2 comes to us from Paula Sherman in Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh.
Hi, Paula.
Hey, Paula.
Thanks for being No Show Nationer.
No Show Nation.
Oh, the question we received is toilet paper over or under?
Oh, easy. This is stupid because anyone who puts their toilet paper under is an idiot or a cat owner.
Oh, that's a great call. Yeah, the answer here, everyone, you're not going to see Rance and I fight in this match because we are definitely an over household, baby.
Yeah.
I don't understand the other way unless, like you said, there's a cat in the house. And I still think that cat can probably figure out under, but I get why it'd be way harder.
I would give you, perhaps you're a person who likes a mystery. Perhaps you love an escape room and you're like, I love every time that I go to use a bathroom to have a little bit of a scavenger hunt for where the hell the toilet paper starts. But as a person who loves escape rooms, I will say I'm not going to buy it. And you're fooling yourself.
Let's go hard. Let's go hard at this one, Rance, because you know what? We gotta sometimes we gotta get that fuel out.
Yeah, you know what? Screw you if you like it.
Yeah, you know what? I would dare anyone in No Show Nation to write us and let me know why you're under, if you're under, and tell us anything we don't know, which is I think the presented facts Rance said are you're an idiot, which is harsh, but fair.
Go ahead and let us know that.
Yeah, write us in and just be like and just like write that out. It's all ampersands and exclamation points because you can't write. I don't know, whatever, but like go ahead and get that to us. Or if you're a cat owner, cat haver, and you're like, oh, this is good because my toddler or my cat tends to like undo the roll if it's over. That I have compassion for that moment. Other than that, what are you doing? What are you doing? No shows?
Man, I tell you what, there's no real reason that I can think of. So you have to let us know. And if it's cat, we already know. If it's you're an idiot, we already know. But if there's another actual feasible reason, like let us know because
I'd love to know.
I'm gonna guess we're gonna get 0 messages on this one.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I think we're going to get someone that's super angry about it. And I hope they're angry in a very playful way. And when they stop texting and typing that they'll actually say, you know what? Here's the reason.
I don't. I think we'll get those
because
people.
Of the great TP over accident of 1993 that we don't know about. I don't know what it is. I can't imagine another feasible. Let's try to think of any other feasible reason you do under.
Okay. So we've ruled out you're just an idiot.
Toddler's a good guess. Cats,
but even a toddler with enough manual dexterity could ruin a toilet paper roll the same way from either way the roll rolls.
So could a cat.
But a cat's more likely to go like pat, 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 and roll it one way. It's like hard for a cat to roll it the other way.
Yeah, but let me give you this, okay?
Okay.
Let's say that cat has 2 squares that are down on the underside. That cat is definitely still doing the same thing.
Yep.
So it would have to be like a hidden, tucked ply or square that's up there for a cat not to figure it out. And it would take one spin.
Yeah. And even less of a reason then to have it behind. If you're going to have 2 squares down, then you're just like, you may as well have it going over the top. Because come on.
You nailed it. Is there any other reason?
Let's see. No.
I don't know if we've provided reasons for why we like over, but I would say that generally it's just easier to grab. I would say that's my primary reason. It's just it's already started, and so you don't have to like hunt for a start.
I personally have big hands, so like to try and fiddle around behind and like bash my fingers against the wall as I'm trying to find where the toilet paper is.
Everybody listen, gosh, everyone.
Or if you roll the toilet paper and you're like, "Where I'm trying to find it," it's like, "Oh, there it was. Oh, it's gone." It rolls back behind. It's like, come on.
This gentleman has got mitts. Okay, they are big. The hand span on this guy is 6 basketballs. Move over, Shaq.
What?
You've got giant hands.
I don't have 6 basketball hands, but they're big
you
enough
to. You could palm a b-ball easy.
They're big enough to have to awkwardly fit between a wall and a toilet paper roll.
That's not all though. They're giant. They're giant mitts. They're like catcher's gloves.
Yeah.
But lean.
Lean little catcher's gloves.
Not spindly, lean. Lean, strong, little like long hands. You've got big hands. I also have tiny little mitts.
Yeah, but they're strong.
They get there.
You have to have strong hands if you're the brass.
Ooh, someone talk about me? Yeah, and on that brass note, I mean, if we're being brassy today and I'm bringing out the brass, I'm furious that you like under. I'm furious.
I thought you were talking about me, and I'm like, "Go, you're mistaken. I like over."
No, you're on team over, which is great.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Again, if you do have a different opinion about this, I gotta hear why. Because I will allow it if you have a great reason.
Yeah, but you gotta have a great reason, so no one's gonna have it.
Yeah, and I think that if they even have a great reason, we could still debate. It might not be the best reason, and that over would still work.
Yeah.
Fight me.
If there's a whiff of stupidity on your reason, you're gonna get it.
Oh, you're gonna get it. Oh, you're gonna get it. It was so obvious to me that I couldn't believe this was a question.
I got a year and a half of fuel to put on this particular flame.
Woo! I got a lot of fuel. To pour here. I got a lot of fuel, y'all. Riff, riff, riff. No show nation.
No show nation. Bring it.
That's it then, Rance. We're both on team over. Easily.
Yeah, team over.
Okay, great.
It's up to you to bring it. NSN.
You got it. NSN.
OUAT. I was watching the other day, and it was this episode about Snow White.
Oh, yes. Well, that wraps it up for our Debatables this time.
Oh, yeah.
On the relaunch of 2. And guess what? We have a lot ahead for you in season 2. We'll have special guests. We'll even have a recap show of some of the ones in season 1 with one of our favorite recappers, Michael Tonovitz, who you may remember from season 1, who came on and just had a lot of fighting to do with us about some things we had already claimed. Now, if you like that stuff, go ahead and subscribe to this podcast, or give us a 5-star rating if you would be so kind. And we'll try to keep these pumping out so we can keep you entertained on your workout or your drive to work or your just walk or whatever you're doing. Your time.
Or all the time you're spending trying to get toilet paper off your underroll.
Oh, no donation. What a takedown.
Tara.
What's up?
It's not a show.
Bye.